A spa meal should feel luxurious, but never heavy. My pork chop stuffed with sun-dried tomatoes and spinach will energize your spa menu and you. The first thing I want to do for my pork chops is make the stuffing. So I'm going to start with 2 cloves of garlic. Now, we all love garlic. It's a great way to add flavor to dishes without relatively any fat. Okay, just want to smash it, break it up a little bit. And that's the great thing about spa food, is again, just figuring out all the flavors of the things that you like without adding lots of butter and oil to everything. And your body needs fats, it needs carbohydrates, it needs protein, it needs all of that stuff. But you just have to eat it in moderation and know how to assemble it and how to put it together. This is a perfect example of how to do that, combining all of those important things your body needs and also satisfying your cravings. All right, so now let's turn the stove on. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. There we go. It's rich, it's yummy, and it's got lots of flavor, so you just need a little bit of olive oil. And this kind of oil is really good for you. There we go. Next, we're gonna add sun-dried tomatoes. Now, I love sun-dried tomatoes. I mean, I eat them out of a jar just like this. That's how much I love them. They're intensely sweet. They have a really rich tomatoey flavor. But because they're so rich, you only need a little bit. So we're just gonna use about 6 of these. So just chop that up. So we'll add that in there. And next, for a little bit of heartiness, some spinach. Now, I'm using frozen spinach that I've thawed, and I just want to squeeze and drain out all the extra liquid. I'm just going to throw that in there too. Heat it up, give it some flavor. Basically, it makes the stuffing really hearty. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Got to flavor the stuffing. We're also going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. It's very fragrant and lemony, and it works really well with meat dishes, especially pork. Mix it all together. I'm just going to turn off the heat and transfer the mixture into the bowl. And I'm going to add 1/3 cup of low-fat cream cheese and 1/4 cup of goat cheese. Now, the mixture of the two together is really great because the cream cheese makes it really creamy, right? And the goat cheese, on the other hand, gives it kind of a tart, richer flavor. So you're gonna mix the two together. Now, I know, most people think, well, I can't eat cheese, especially on a spa weekend. Oh, you can eat cheese. Cheese is a really good source of protein, and it's got calcium, it's got a lot of stuff in it for you. You just, obviously, you can't eat too much of it, right? That's really how it works. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside now, and I'm gonna start with my pork chops. Look how pretty those pork chops look. So they're center cut pork chops, about 1 inch thick, and pork in Italy, very popular. In fact, growing up, it was one of the most popular things we ate. Lamb and pork both. Not so much beef, really, as much as pork. So I wanna take the pork chop, and I'm gonna take my paring knife and just make an incision right down the middle. Now, you don't want to make an incision all the way to the back, like you don't want to feel it on the other side. But you just want to create a little pocket for the stuffing. Perfect. So 1. Pork is very lean, low in fat, so it's really a good protein to eat. And I love it, and Italians love it in general. So there we go, another cut right there. It's going to be about 2.5 inches to 2.5 inches deep. Just like that. See how pretty? Okay, so now I'm just gonna add a little bit more oil to my pan, put about medium heat. Now, take a spoon, just pick up the pork chop and scoop out the mixture. You don't wanna add too much. It'll come out the sides when you go to cook it, so you just wanna add just enough. That way the pork chop stays closed, just like that, see? I'm gonna cook the pork chops about 4 to 5 minutes on each side so they're golden brown and cook through.